Millions of people have lost weight with personalized plans from Noom. Like Evan, who can't stand salads and still lost 50 pounds.
Salads generally for most people are the easy button, right? For me, that wasn't an option. I never really was a salad guy. That's just not who I am. But Noom worked for me.
Get your personalized plan today at Noom.com. Real Noom user compensated to provide their story. In 4 weeks, the typical Noom user can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results may vary.
On today's Smart 7, Starmer speaks out, Israel launches airstrikes in South Lebanon and much more. It's Friday 20th of September, it's Fried Rice Day, and happy birthday George R.R. Martin.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
There were no new exploding devices in Lebanon on Thursday, but the Israeli Air Force did carry out dozens of strikes on southern Lebanon, targeting what they described as Hezbollah rocket launchers and infrastructure. It follows a chaotic week which saw pagers and then walkie-talkies detonated, killing dozens and injuring thousands of Hezbollah members. Israel still hasn't claimed responsibility for the targeted attacks, nicknamed Operation Grim Beeper, but government spokesperson David Mencer says that Israel stands ready for any eventuality.
Israel is prepared for both defence and attack. Prime Minister speaks with residents of the north. The government sees their distress. We hear their anguish. No other country would put up with this sort of reality.
The US still hopes that a ceasefire can be reached, and the British Foreign Secretary David Lammy also called for a ceasefire on Thursday evening. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah says the targeted attacks, which were intended to cause division, have failed, and that Israel will face a just punishment.
The enemy has actually crossed over all the red lines. It has not paid attention to anything. Not ethically, no humanitarian, nor legal or lawful.
The last few days have seen Prime Minister Keir Starmer and his Chief of Staff Sue Gray splashed across the newspapers with drama over gifts and hospitality the PM has received, and a new revelation on Thursday that Sue Gray has paid more than the PM. Starmer says all of the gifts have been declared and that the hospitality he's been offered at his beloved Arsenal was only accepted because he can't sit in the stands without creating a security drama. However, the coverage got to a level where he felt he had to speak out and calm down the stories about internal strife.
I'm completely in control and focused, and every day the message from me to the team is exactly the same, which is we have to deliver. We were elected on a big mandate to deliver change. I'm determined that we're going to do that. And actually, I would say in 11 weeks, we've delivered more than the last government did in 11 years.
The revelation that Sue Gray is paid £3,000 per year more than the PM seems to have sparked upset from junior colleagues, but she is a career civil servant at the top of her profession. Jonathan Reynolds, the Secretary of State for Business and Trade, says the pay scales are nothing to do with politics.
It's wrong to say there's any kind of political input in there or people set their own pay bands, but
do you think that's odd?
I think there are and always have been officials that are paid more than politicians in our system, and that hasn't changed.
The new government has been busy reaching pay deals with various striking unions, including train drivers and the junior doctors, but just when it looked like some industrial peace might be on the horizon, a new strike threat looms. The National Pharmacy Association announced on Thursday that for the first time ever, they're going to ballot their members over strike action. It's in protest against what they say is a severe funding shortage that is putting their industry at risk. If the vote passes, there could be a work to rule that would see reduced services across England and Wales. Nick Kay, the chair of the MPA, says they feel they have no choice.
This is one of the hardest things I've had to ask people to do. The clue's in the title, community pharmacy. It cares for its communities. This is unprecedented and done with a lot of sorrow.
Thursday saw more good polling numbers for Kamala Harris and more bizarre behaviour from Republicans as the clock ticks down to November's US presidential election. The latest polling shows Kamala holding a solid lead in Pennsylvania, which could be a critical state in terms of the Electoral College, while she also has a pretty solid 3-point lead in the overall national polls. Meanwhile, North Carolina Republican governor candidate Mark Robinson is in hot water after a CNN report suggested he was caught referring to himself as a black Nazi on a porn site. In timely comments, former Secretary of State and presidential candidate Hillary Clinton says the choice is pretty clear.
This is a contest between freedom and oppression.
between bringing people together and further dividing us. And that's what has to be communicated every single day between now and the election.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, Arsenal's keeper saves the day and Colin Farrell gets excited about gefilte fish. Right after this.
The most powerful designer drugs are the digital ones we use daily. And we get high off them. One touch, tap, like, scroll at a time. You know, just like tech creators want us to. Use digital without digital using you. Learn more at sync.ithra.com.
Welcome back. There's another busy weekend of sport ahead with a full Premier League fixture list along with the Singapore Grand Prix. It was unusual to see Champions League football on a Thursday night, but the new expanded tournament has many more games at the early stages. There were 6 games on Thursday, including Arsenal facing off against Italian side Atalanta, while Barcelona and Atletico Madrid were also in action. Arsenal failed to score once again on a Champions League road trip and were lucky to keep the game scoreless after a miraculous double save from the Gunners' goalie, David Raya. Manager Mikel Arteta felt his side still have work to do.
This is Europe, very different games to the Premier League. Boxes become crucial and not a lot of chances conceded or created. But a lot of positives, a lot of things are still for sure to improve.
Colin Farrell's brand new TV series The Penguin just dropped on Sky Atlantic. It follows the story of the criminal from Gotham City, Oswald Cobblepot, as he goes on to become Batman villain, The Penguin. The character first appeared in Matt Reeves' The Batman, and the physical transformation of Farrell amazed everyone. He says it takes 3 hours in makeup to get ready for the on-screen role, but he spent even longer perfecting the accent. He was full of praise for his dialect coach.
Jessica Drake, my dialect coach I worked with, she has a whole library of various accents from all over the world. And then there was some apartment building manager from the 80s, and he just had the lovely, very thick New York accent, but it was really lovely and it was full of character, and he used to keep talking about gefilte fish. Yeah, gefilte fish.
There's an intense new movie on the way from writer and Academy Award-winning director Sir Steve McQueen. He won the Oscar for 12 Years a Slave, and uniquely, he also won the Turner Prize in 2006 for an art piece called Queen and Country. His new movie is called Blitz, and it stars Saoirse Ronan alongside Harris Dickinson and newcomer Elliot Heffernan. The story is set in World War II and follows a little boy who gets separated from his mother during the evacuation of London. It hits cinemas in early November and Apple TV on the 22nd.
My mum sent me away.
She did it to keep you safe.
Your son did not arrive at his destination.
You're responsible for his safety. Why can't you tell me? Where's my boy?
This is for all the parents whose children have been evacuated, and for my boy, George.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
The new Boost Mobile network is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for life.
That sounds like a threat.
Then how do you think we should say it?
Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
Until your ultimate demise.
What if we just say forever?
Okay.
$25 a month, forever.
Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile forever.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.